Hey everyone, welcome back to our little mini series that we have going on here. We are in part 4 of the series. My name is Evan McCown. I'm the leader of the Campus Ambassador Program. This is my mom and CEO and founder of Raise, Carol McCown. So we're in the middle of setting up this series to introduce the concepts of Raise and to get people who are outside of Raise aware of what Raise is doing, and people who are inside of Raise more involved in what we are doing. So I'm gonna go ahead with the fourth question. In terms of the future, how important is it to you that we as a society bring up future generations under the sustainable thinking umbrella?
I'm dedicating my life to it. That's how important it is. Um, I think that we need to be teaching our kids and our grandkids that we have a very precious opportunity here to live in this, where we live in this planet. And it's our obligation to love one another, to be kind to one another, to look after one another, to serve one another. And that is what Raise is all about. We're trying to raise the bottom up, to give people a lift when they may not have one. They may not have that opportunity. I think it is the way that we were created to be. You know, we're supposed to appreciate the gifts of the beauty and the gifts of the world that God gave us, and not to exploit it. We're not to exploit its people. We're supposed to care for each other. Thinking about the future, we have a long way to go. We have a long way to go. I'm really hoping that this period of time that we've just come through is kind of a catalyst for a new way of thinking, and they call it the Great Awakening. I think we all need to dig deep. I would love to talk to the students, particularly students who are involved in college programs. I don't want to talk about it as sustainability. I'd rather talk about personal purpose, regardless of what you choose to do for your career. If you want to become a sustainability major, that's a really good place to start. But if your gift is not, you just, I don't know if I really care about being a quote unquote tree hugger, and I would rather be involved in journalism, or I'd rather be involved in finance, or I'd rather be a teacher, or I'd rather be a pastor, or I would rather be a truck driver, or involved in the HVAC solutions, and I decide to go to technical school. What I'm praying for the future is a mindset change for everyone. It's not about being, sustainable. It's about thriving. If our discussion is about being sustainable, then we're stuck. Our discussions need to be about thriving and moving forward with purpose and caring for one another and looking after one another. Right now, as a society, we're below sustainable. Why? Greed, lack of leadership, false narrative. I think we need to be concentrating on genuine passion for our people and our world. And that's what I see in this future. And I think it's coming. And I think that this thing that we've all just gone through, where everybody's kind of figuring out, what's my goal in life, or what's it all about? I mean, I see more people quitting their jobs now than ever before. They've had time to be alone and to think. And I really believe that that's what this is. And that's what our role is here, is to be a catalyst for that. So it doesn't really matter what business you're involved in, or what occupation you choose, or if you choose to be a wonderful parent. It's about setting yourself up to thrive, and the people around you to thrive, and the world that we live in to thrive. It's beyond sustainable.
So I'm going to bring up the Campus Ambassador Program. So in the Campus Ambassador program, we have a variety of students, and you mentioned, not everyone has to have a sustainable background, but maybe perhaps a way to think about sustainability with whatever they do. So if you wouldn't mind just touching on that in terms of the Campus Ambassador program, like what do you want to see from students, who are my age, who are interested in making a change but don't really know where to start or how to get involved. So if you'd like to touch on that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, first of all, I want you to think about Raise as being a company that takes a holistic approach. That means we don't look at just one thing. So let's use an example of water purification, okay? It's not that we want to sell a widget. We want to solve a problem.
Right.
And there's a lot of parts in a holistic approach to solving a problem. One is understanding the technology. If you're an engineer, we sure would love to work with engineers to help us make our technologies better or bring their ideas. We need to tell our story. If you're a marketing major, if you're a journalism major, please help us tell our story. If you could tell our story to get it out to other students, through TikTok and social impact and things like that, we welcome you. There's a lot of students in that case. If you are involved in finance, all of these projects need financing. We would love to plug you in to help you, help us build our financial models so that we can, put our projects in front of investors. If you're a teacher, you want to be a teacher, we have a whole school certification program that you could write a curriculum for fifth graders on renewable recycling and renewable energy or whatever on a school campus or a program there. So I'm just using those ideas to illustrate that regardless of the talents and gifts that God gives you as an individual, He's given all of us the responsibility for this planet that we're on. We are to have control over all the species of this world, of all the things that He's given us. We have control over that as human beings. And all of us have a purpose. We were created for a purpose. So what I would say to the students is, look at yourself, identify what your skill set is. Maybe you're a leader. Maybe you should be leading groups. Maybe you should come in and be a project coordinator. If you're are paying attention to detail, we need people like that involved with us. My other thing that I would like to say to these students is, don't be afraid, open your mind, open your heart up to kind of thinking about new ideas and new ways of doing things. And if you have any ideas whatsoever on things, the way that you see them that could be changed, bring them to us. We might be able to take it and launch it to a global market. I can tell you a lot of the innovators that I work with are, they're unique individuals. They have a genius about them that only belongs to them. And where their genius ends, sometimes my genius starts, right?
Right.
I couldn't do what they do. I couldn't even touch what they do. And if you put financial things in front of me, because that's not my part of my business, I can understand it because I study it, but I'm not going to be able to go, well, if you tweak this, then you can do this to the return on investment, blah, 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 blah. Every one of us has a skill set that's part of the whole. And that's where I think that you can say, I can fit into Raise because this is what my skill set is, and bring it to the table and we'll go, hey, let's put this together. But the fun thing is you're going to be collaborating with other people that do or have skills and passions and abilities that you don't have. And that's where I think that we're going to make the biggest difference moving forward, is by helping people understand their gifts, loving them for their gifts, nurturing their gifts, and pairing them with their neighbor's gift. And that's how we'll be able to bring this holistic approach to be. Makes
Yeah, I mean,
sense.
the collaboration aspect of the Campus Ambassador program is my favorite part, just because, you know, everyone has a different major. Even though we may have some more people who are involved in sustainability, you know, we have marketing majors, we have finance majors, engineers. So, you know, the variety is what really makes everyone a whole. And that's what's great. So yeah, that's gonna finish our little 4-part mini series here. Thank you everyone for listening and tuning in. Mom, thank you very much for explaining everything to us, and really enjoyed it. Thank
Well,
you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm happy to talk anytime you want to. I love you, and I love this stuff we're doing.
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you all.